What's up, ladies and gentlemen, Spade here, and welcome to October's monthly discussion. It is currently November 3rd, and the time right now is 1:26 a.m. As usual, pretty much late. I feel like at this point, monthly discussions are usually just late, because I want the full month to play out. I almost feel like that has to be the main reason at this point. But anyway, overall, didn't really do too much throughout this month. So yeah, overall, I played a little bit more of Ratchet and Clank 2 afterwards. But I pretty much just put that game down not long after. Early on in the month. I feel like where I'm at in that game, I would need to farm Raritanium, and I'm just not up for doing that right now. So I guess my playthrough for that game is just on hold until I'm up for doing that. So when I stopped playing that game, I hopped into One Piece Pirate Warriors 1 for a little bit. Played that game a little bit, made a bit more progress with that. I still don't really like that game. But I still try to force myself to play through it slowly. Maybe someday I'll eventually finish that game. But regardless, I played that for a little bit earlier throughout the month. And then I hopped into the game I spent most of the month playing. So, I hopped into One Piece Pirate Warriors 3 for the first time in quite a while. A few years, I think. I don't know what it is about the PS4 copy of the game that I have, but it seems like anytime I make a save file for that game, and eventually I'm done playing it, and I'll take it out of the PS4, and maybe like a year or two later, I'll come back to playing that game again, and the save files just disappear. So at this point, I'm not even taking the game out of the PS4 until I'm done with it, to guarantee that I actually platinum it. I do want to try to platinum this game, and for once, I'm actually making good progress. This is probably the best playthrough I've had for this game. What I originally thought was extremely hard a few years ago, or even several years ago with this game, I'm finding it to be rather easy this time around. And I'm overall learning the game a lot more. I guess I'm getting a bit more comfortable with it, and other characters' playstyles and everything. Been having a lot of fun with that game. Felt like the first roughly 3 weeks of October. I haven't played it in like a little over a week now, I believe. But yeah, for the first time ever, I actually managed to beat the main game for this game. For whatever reason, I always thought with Pirate Warriors 3 that Marine Ford was the final level of the game. Yet it is not. And the weird thing is, I remember Blackbeard being like the final boss, or what I thought was the final boss in that game. Throughout the main game, he is not a final boss within the Marine Fort levels. So I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Maybe I was thinking of something that involved a dream log. Maybe that I got stuck on. Or I played the Vita version of the game several years back. Maybe. That had to have been what I was thinking of. Because I struggled on that fight a lot with the Vita version. So the fact that I didn't even come across it in the main game surprised me. I don't know, I finally beat that game for the first time though, which is really nice. At this point, I think I have a few legend log stuff in the main game to try to get, along with just wrapping up the dream log. I don't think Nightmare Log is necessary for the platinum. I don't think. I also finally broke through one character's limit. So I got the trophy for that, finally. I was finally able to actually do that for once as well. I don't know, I've been enjoying the game quite a bit. Don't know why I got into One Piece this month, as far as games go. No idea. Kinda just happened. I also technically played a tiny bit of One Piece World Seeker as well. I pretty much only did like one or two side quests, and that was all I did with that game. As much as I like One Piece World Seeker, that game is just fun, but also very boring to me. At some point, I need to just start a new game and force myself to play the entire thing. Because I do like it, I just find it really boring. I feel like it's one of those games that you almost feel like it needs voice acting throughout the entire thing, if that makes sense. Maybe that's why I find it really boring. Plus, you can barely hear any music, if any at all, while playing the game. So it feels like you're just walking around, and that's about it. I don't know. I really want to try to like that game. At some point, I need to commit to a full playthrough. Eventually. Beyond that, though, the last game I ended up playing this month would be Pokemon Legends ZA. So I ended up getting that game this month, along with pretty much anyone else. I don't know, I feel like wanting to get that game and actually try it. I was seeing a bunch of videos being posted of everyone just playing the game. Kinda just made me want to get it sooner rather than later. Overall, I've been enjoying it so far. I think I'm technically 27 hours into it. The last two times I ended up playing that game, I did that off camera, just level grinding and evolving different Pokemon. I am recording the overall playthrough for that game. Don't know when I'll post it though. I got to continue making the thumbnails for that. I kinda just feel like documenting that playthrough. So yeah. Maybe they'll sub on the channel at some point. Whenever that may be. Yes, I only have 4 thumbnails made so far. I haven't made any thumbnails for that in a while now. How many videos am I into the playthrough though? Anyway. Okay, so 9 videos total so far. As far as what I end up documenting at least. Although I should probably start uploading that at some point. Actually, I haven't played the game in a few days now. Mostly due to headaches and migraines. Which is one reason why I haven't done as much as I wanted to this month. More often than not, I've just been in the... More often than not, I've just been in the dark with the computer screen and TV on the lowest brightness possible. Though, probably half of this month. Not even joking. I almost feel like the Melodious AMV probably would have been done if it wasn't for headaches and migraines. To be honest. Somehow I think I'm at least a tad bit over half done with that. It's been a slow walk in progress. I'm at least about, if not a tad bit over, halfway done with the Wyatt AMV as well. Technically speaking, I started the Kazarina video, but also not at the same time. I'm not sure how I want to go about editing it. I could go basic, more simplified with that video, but I want to match the speed of the song itself, and I don't know if that's possible with the amount of screen time Kazarina has. So, I don't know. I have 2 ideas in mind with her for her video, but I'm more convinced on working on the first idea, which is a longer video. And the other one, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know, I think I'm pretty much just saving her video for last at this point. Currently, I'm focusing on the Wyatt video to give myself a break from Melodious' video. And overall, just a little bit of a break from editing Bakugan footage for a bit, at least. Overall, as far as other pickups go for the month, ended up getting a mini box for Yu-Gi-Oh! Legendary Kaiba Collection, I think. That's what that's called. Ended up getting a box of that. I would like to get another one of those, but those are just so fucking expensive. Like, if we're talking Canadian prices here, it's literally $65, counting tax, just for 3 packs, which is all you get in the box. So 65 total for 3 packs is a bit much, I have to admit. Which is why I'm hesitant to get another box of that. I think I got 1 or 2 boxes of the Retro Pack 2 reprints. I forget if I got a box of that last month or not. Oh, regardless, I at least got a box of that. A mini box, that is. Which is like 4 packs. I think those are like 35 counting tax. Canadian, I believe. If I'm remembering right. I forget if I got this month or last month, but I also ended up getting the 2025 Mega Pack tin. I specifically want the tin, even though it is a bit more expensive than the little box. Oh, the tin is just really nice. I'm very tempted to get another one of those at some point. I think if I'm remembering right, those are like 45, to be honest. So again, pretty expensive overall. I also ended up getting a mini box of what's that set called again? I don't, I don't even remember at this point. I'm really gonna try to see if I can look it up. Where is it? If it loads. Doom of Dimensions, that's what I was looking for. Got a mini box of that. It was actually the most recent trading card thing I picked up this month. I also ended up getting a few random packs of Yu-Gi-Oh cards as well. Specifically, Duelist Advanced. I only ended up getting 2 extra packs of those. Still tempted to get a full box of that at some point. Just to get more copies of some cards. At some point, I would like to get a second box of Battle of Legends Monster Mayhem at some point, along with Justice Hunters. And honestly, I'm actually tempted to get another box of Doom of Dimension at some point as well. Then I think about it, didn't I get a box of Doom of Dimensions earlier this month as well? That came out this month, didn't it? I think it did. I think it did, I don't quite remember. Let's just look that up now. Because why not? No, that came out last month, right? Why was I thinking that came out earlier this month? Oh well. I've been really into collecting Yu-Gi-Oh! Lately. Throughout the past few months. Pretty much since I started watching Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. I've just been collecting Yu-Gi-Oh! Since then. And with full-out Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards coming sometime next year, apparently, as far as rumors go. If that does end up actually happening, they'll only make collecting Yu-Gi-Oh! Even more interesting and fun. I don't know why I've been having a lot of fun collecting that lately. Throughout the past few months, just have been. I do need to start collecting more digital cards at some point. If nothing else, I do finally have some more butterfly cards on the way. I'm pretty much getting 2 starter decks. 2 copies of... I think it's the first starter deck for Buddy Fight, if I'm remembering right. And honestly, it's actually for a pretty good price too. $20 plus shipping for each booster box. I can't even speak. Child deck, I mean. Then yeah, that's pretty good overall. Considering on eBay how expensive Bully Fight stuff is at this point. It's kinda ridiculous. If anything, there is a Cardfight Vanguard Buddy Fight crossover that's actually coming out in English, surprisingly, later this month in November. Definitely looking forward to trying to get some of that, if possible. I don't know, hopefully Buddy Fight can make a comeback at some point. I'm still hoping for another anime at some point for Buddy Fight. Or even just more cards in general. But also like I prefer just another anime. Well, at any rate, I also ended up getting the Persona 4, not Persona 4, the Persona official cookbook this month as well. Where I'm looking forward to trying out some of the recipes in it. I figured I'd grab that because why not? Beyond that, though, I think that's everything I end up getting this month, other than adding to the Beyblade X Beyblade collection. Definitely been getting quite a few Beyblades this month. For once, the Walmarts around me actually have more Beyblades that I don't have than I can actually afford to get for once. Which is surprising. I mean, many Beyblades did I pick up this month? I want to say maybe like around 7 or 10. Maybe 12 total. Something like that. And I think there's like double that Walmart has that I don't even have yet. And hopefully I can pick up maybe later this month, who knows. Beyblades are that fucking expensive though. Especially if you want to try to get at least 2 copies of everything. Which I've definitely stopped doing that a long time ago now. Because it's just so fucking expensive. It really is. I think in order to get like a double pack and like 2 singles, whether it has a launcher in it or not, the basic launcher I mean, or not, if you want to get a double pack and like 2 packs that have a basic launcher in it, you're looking at like maybe about $65 for like 3 to 4 Beyblades. Which is fucking ridiculous, in my opinion. If I'm remembering right. If you want like 5 or 6 Beyblades at a time, if I'm remembering right, that's like anywhere from 85 to maybe even $100 just for a few Beyblades, which is ridiculous. At this point, I've got that many basic launchers for Beyblade X, it is ridiculous. I ran out of space to put those, if anything. It's pretty ridiculous. I might just need to get a whole new container just to dump all of those Beyblade launchers into. Because I've literally ran out of space to put those. I do not need like 30 fucking basic launchers. I don't think I have that many of those, but I think it's pretty close, to be honest. At this point, I think I'm definitely just ranting. Well, anyway, as far as what I end up watching this month, I actually got quite a few things off of the to watch list, for once. So, for starters, finally finished watching that one Battle Spirits season / so, however you say the name of the rest of it. Then there's... Fuck, what else was there? I don't even remember at this point. What did I watch after Battle Spirits? I dare ask I'm drawing a blank. I watched like 3 or 4 shows in their entirety throughout the month. What the fuck were the others? What was after that? I am dead ass trying to remember and I am drawing a blank. It was cartoon related. Was this so after Battle Spirits? Well, regardless, I'll just go in order while I watch some stuff in. So after Battle Spirits, it was 2 movies I ended up watching. Kind of forced myself to watch this one, but because I vaguely remember this little movie, short movie, animated film, whatever you want to call it, I don't remember actually watching it growing up or anything. The only memory I can think of when it comes to this little movie would be in like in school when I was younger. At some point in my younger years in school, I want to say like maybe around like grade 3, like maybe grade 6 at the most, within that range at some point in time, I feel like I remember just seeing a DVD copy of this movie on top of like a DVD player. Or maybe it was a VHS copy of it, for all I know. On top of a VHS player or whatever. That was under the TV stand. You know those old TV stands you can just, the teachers like wheel out to let students watch something in class? Yeah, one of those with the CRT TVs on top. One of those. I feel like I recall seeing this DVD case or VHS tape case, one or the other, on top of the player under the TV one time. I feel that's the only reason I kind of remember this. I put this on the to watch list last year, I think. And because it's October, I figured I'd try to watch something Halloween related. So I watched this. Spookily the Square Pumpkin, I believe is the name of it. If I'm remembering right. Pretty sure that's the name of it. It's like a 45-minute little movie. You can tell it's definitely for kids. For like kids. But at the same time, it is wild to me. Kind of like the message this movie brings. I ain't gonna say too much about it if you feel like checking it out. But it's literally just every other pumpkin just bullying, trash talking, and sitting on the pumpkin that is square. And it is kind of fucking funny and wild to me that that's the case. Oh, you're different. We're gonna make fun of you and beat you down because of it. That is the message I got from that. And that is just wild to me. It wasn't too bad of a watch or anything, but yeah, just whatever. It's for kids, for young kids. But yeah, that was definitely a bit of a surprise. The amount of just bullying within it is wild to me. But yeah, I ended up watching that. That was certainly something. One way to kill about an hour's worth of time. After that, I ended up watching the Batman versus Dracula. That movie, chronologically speaking, I think you're supposed to watch that movie after you watch the show that movie's universe is a part of. Well, I ended up randomly picking a Batman movie to watch, and I chose that one because Dracula, Halloween, spooky-esque. So I watched that pretty much right after that other movie. That movie was honestly pretty good. I was iffy about the art style at first. But I'll talk about the art style again in a little bit. But yeah, watch that movie. It was good enough to where it left me wanting more. So I figured out what Batman universe / show the movie belongs to. I realized this movie belonged to a series. Mostly because the Penguin seems to have known that Bruce is Batman somehow. Which kind of led me to thinking he learns that Bruce is the Batman at some point. So long story short, not long after watching the movie, the next day I started watching the show. The Batman 2004. I binge watched the show in like a week and a half. Safe to say I really liked it. Again, I was iffy on the art style. Specifically the design for Bruce. But I grew to like the art style quite a bit. The show does have its problems. But overall, I do really like it. It was a fun watch, I have to admit. Considering growing up, I remember seeing like commercials or whatever on TV for this show occasionally. Or maybe hearing talk about it in school when I was younger or something, who knows. I just remember sitting on and trash talking this show to myself and wanting nothing to do with it. I want to gouge my eyes out just from laying eyes upon it. I truly hate it, the look of this show, and want nothing to do with it. It's a superhero, it's garbage, shit like that. Yeah, eventually I just end up checking it out, it seems. Yeah, I definitely really like this though, despite the problems it has. For me, I think the design for Bruce and Joker are the two biggest things that turned me away from this show over the years. Didn't like Bruce's design, hated Joker's design with a passion. I always found it to be the worst design Joker ever had. Oddly enough, both of those designs and both versions of those characters grew on me as I watched the show. Especially Joker, surprisingly. I actually grew to like and appreciate this version of Joker now that I know what that version of him is actually like. Oddly enough, if I had to say what my favorite characters from the show are, as these characters are, for what the show is, plus the movie, honestly, I would have to say, I still think the Penguin, aka Oswald, is still my favorite character from this show. I was hoping they would do a lot more with him. I was hoping to see him get a W or two throughout this show. Like, I was hoping we'd at least see a episode of him getting one over on Bruce or Batman even, and actually getting his family's quote unquote wealth back for a episode, and we just see him living the life that his family once had. And to see him do that again. And we just have an episode or two of Bruce / Batman trying to figure out how the fuck he did this. We get an episode where Penguin's living it up, having the time of his life, as like a part one, and maybe part two is like shutting him down. I was hoping for like a moment like that. Unfortunately, the show never brings that to the table, unfortunately. I was definitely hoping for more from this version of Penguin, but overall, I still like him. I always did find that this design for Penguin was actually really good. This version of him wasn't quite what I thought it was going to be, though. Still like him, though. I do think they could have done more with him overall. After the Penguin, I would say my second favorite character, honestly, might just be. Let me just look real quick. just to remember some of these characters. It's been a few weeks. Yeah, I'd easily say my second favorite character. By far would probably have to be Clayface, aka Ethan Bennett. I wasn't sure how I would like this character, because as far as the Clayface design of Ethan's version of him looks, I don't really like the design. It still looks really basic to me. I feel like it could have been a better design. But character wise, I would argue and say he's the best character in the show. But my second favorite character overall. There are two Clayfaces within this show. Ethan being the main one within this universe overall. After Ethan, honestly, I gotta say the Joker might be my third favorite character. Considering how much I hated on him, this version of him, without knowing him, I'm surprised he's even a top 3 favorite characters for me from this show. I also rather liked the Riddler / Edward in this show. I'm not too fussy on his design, but at the same time I kind of like it. Considering his design in this show, I actually figured they would have done more with him, but they actually didn't. He always felt like, I don't know what it is, but anytime I saw this design of the Riddler, I always figured they did more with him within the show. They actually didn't. I feel like they could have used him a lot more. I'd say the Riddler is probably my 4th favorite. 5th would probably be Arnold, is that how you say his name? And Scarface. I don't know why, but these two had a lot of potential. I feel like that, again, they could have done more with these two as well. They just didn't. They really could have gone crazy with this version of these characters. But oh well. This version of Mr. Freeze / Victor is interesting in a few ways. I do like this version of him though. Man-Bat in this show is also pretty interesting too. I quite like this version as well. Granted, technically speaking, I guess this version is the first version of Man-Bat that I truly know of. Not counting the Harley Quinn 2019 version. Again, they could have done more with him. Same can be said for Killer Croc, Holly, Hugo as well. Hugo was actually a surprise. Didn't care for this version of him at all until like the very end. So I kind of grew to like him more. Firefly in the show's actually pretty good, I have to admit. Bane was a letdown. I was really thinking they would do more with Bane in this show. I feel like they barely even used him. Surprisingly. I think the one thing the show needs more would just be more episodes. If I'm remembering right, every season was like 13 episodes. Or 10 episodes, something like that. If every season was double the length, and they gave more killers their time to sign, I feel like the show would be even better. But oh well, enough of that rant. After watching The Batman 2004, I wasn't. I was still in the mood to watch and be a part of the whole Batman slash Gotham universe. So I went back to Harley Quinn 2019. I think I watched like 2 episodes of season 4 of the show when that was brand new and stopped for no reason. I kind of lost my place with this show. So I said fuck it and just watched the entire thing to date from start to finish. I watched season 1 all the way to the end of season 5. Then I watched the Valentine's Day special. That is something. That's definitely something amazing. After that, I ended up watching Kite Man Hell Yeah. I still can't believe he has a spin-off, so. And I'm even more surprised that it was better than I thought it would be. After that, I started watching Kick Buttowski Suburban Daredevil. I think that's the full name of the show. Yeah, that is the full name of the show. So, I'm still watching the show. I think I have like 12 or so episodes left to watch. So I'm pretty close to finishing it. I wanted to finish this show before doing this video, but I feel like that would take another day or two. So I figured I just did a monthly discussion now. So yeah. As far as Kick Buttowski goes, I grew up watching the show a teeny bit around, I want to say maybe 2012, 2014 or 15 even. It would come on Family Channel occasionally, or for the extremely brief time Disney XD was a thing around here. I would watch the show when it was on, if it was even on at all. I watched a few episodes of the show back then. I have a few memories of the show, but not a whole lot. I definitely didn't watch a whole lot of the show, and clearly now that I'm watching it in episode order, and actually watching every single episode, I can safely say that on the grand scale of things, I basically didn't even scratch the surface of the show and what it has to offer. Because I barely remember much of anything. I can remember on one hand, vaguely or completely, some of these episodes. That's it. So I really don't remember a whole lot about it, or have seen a whole lot of it. Oh, it's been fun watching the show though. It really has. Overall, I think that's about everything I ended up doing this month. This rant has definitely gone long enough. I'm not even sure how long this is. Why do I feel like this is like close to 50 minutes? Probably. I've had enough ranting. So, till next time, stay golden.